Good morning, sis. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
sisters.
Welcome to Sister Empowerment Chats.
Yes,
Ivory
yes.
and Marissa and Destiny will be coming along soon. This morning we're going to be talking about um,
Have you met you?
have you
You froze up a little bit there, sis.
Yeah, I saw that you did too.
Let me check my.
We're going to be talking about getting to know yourself,
mm,
self-love, because we put on different hats when we're around different people. Um, we become different individuals, but have you really met yourself? Marissa, you can go ahead.
Okay. When I first saw you put the topic, when you let us know what we were going to be talking about
Okay.
this morning, it made me think about just that phrase, have you met you? It made me realize or think about how important it is to have that quiet time with yourself every day. Just things that we need to be doing to not necessarily just promote self-love, but to grow ourselves personally. And well, let me just say the things that I do that help with that so that um, no matter what situation we are in, who we're with, we are true to ourselves because we love ourselves. There's no reason to adjust or feel like you need to shrink or you feel shrunken or not as good. That's when we get into that comparison. So I feel like it's important to every day have that quiet time with yourself. Definitely getting before God in your devotional reading times where you're, I don't know, just remember what your creator says about you. And I feel like once you know that truth, it's up to us to cultivate that. Think think more about that truth and just staying focused on those positive things. Like thinking about more what you did right because sometimes it's so easy to get fixated on the mistakes we made, what someone said. So you know how you may make a video and you get all these positive comments, but you get stuck on that one negative comment. So I just feel like in getting to know yourself, meeting you, take some time every day to get quiet. Do your like self affirmations, affirming yourself. It's like I was talking about the other day, and when your confidence like takes a hit, journal. And the most important, just realize that your voice matters, your presence matters. It doesn't matter who's around you. Be solid in who you are. Don't shrink back. Don't get into that comparison. Just realize that that person you're looking at, that you're admiring, you're just as beautiful. You're just as strong. You're just as valuable. Our values may be different, what we have to offer, but we are still just as valuable, so to speak, as that person that you're admiring that you feel may feel that you're, I don't know, comparing yourself against. So, I don't know. So, and have I met myself? I think we're getting to know ourselves all the time. So that's my comment on that. What I should hey, Sister Destiny is on. Grand Rising. Yes,
My
I love
take is
Destiny. I feel like I need to get in frame. Go this way. I
my
guess
take
we're
on
going opposite. Okay.
my take on getting have you met yourself, and I agree with what Marissa is saying. My take is that we get so caught up in these different hats that we wear, and when we're different people, that we become somebody totally different. And what she's saying, you by doing the affirmation of self love, self talk,
Mhm.
affirming who you are, then you can stand strong and stand firm and confident in who you are. But if you're not doing that, if you don't, and if especially if you have dealt with self-esteem issues, you you neglect yourself to become who you think other people think you want to be. So you get lost. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking from experience from myself. I'm gonna keep it real. From I got so lost that I became this person when I was with this group of people because I thought that's who I had to be. And it
Mm-hmm.
just kept happening. It kept happening. And just recently, I'll say in the last 5 years, and this was part of my prayer. And Destiny and I talked about this last night. That I prayed, Father, help me to know me, introduce me to me. And I got to know Ivory. I got to love Ivory. I got to love who Ivory was because I'm gonna be honest, ladies, sisters, I didn't like myself. I didn't know. I was so confused because I had on these different hats. I didn't know who I was. I didn't. I was lost. And when when the light came on, I found out who I was, and I love me. I love me.
Amen.
I still have a little bit of issues, y'all, but I struggle with a little bit of stuff. But then I know how to reel it back in. Hey, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're a masterpiece. You're
That's
created in
right.
His image. I have to bring it back in. But have you met yourself? It's time to put down the
Right.
different hats.
Yes. I see Jasmine says, I have finally met my true self. Good morning, Jasmine. All
Yeah.
right. Yes.
It's
Good morning.
just
No, good morning, Dr. Jasmine. I
good
love
morning,
it.
Jazz.
Yes,
Dr. Jazz and
yes,
Dr. Destiny. But
yes.
yeah, it's
But
just
yes,
have.
this
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Marissa.
No, I was gonna say I can totally relate with what you're saying. My story probably is identical to yours. Um, I did what I was doing was feeling smaller around people. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
work on my confidence because I was really one of those who would compare and
Mm-hmm.
feel like I was inferior to other people because I may not articulate as well
Mm-hmm.
or be as fashionable. I mean, whatever situation, I just felt like shrunken or inferior. But and like you, that's what I asked God to help me to do. Just see my worth and see my value as just as good as my sisters or brothers, whoever I'm around, because that was my issue. I mean, I was still like kind of like the same person, but it was more of a comparison issue for me. And you're right,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that still comes up. That is so true. That residue, of the things we struggle with, sometimes it's still there, and we have to, like you said, reel it back in. And that's where those, like you said, the self-affirmation, that stuff that we do on a daily basis, that adds up. I'm reminded of this book, and yeah, I'm such a reader. I love books. If you ever read this book called The Compound Effect, it's the little things that you do over time that add up. So it's gaining that momentum of getting into the habit of empowering yourself on a daily basis to where you're not struggling with comparison or self-esteem issues.
And another thing is good is having a sisterhood, having your sisters, because when you get in that mode, when you lose yourself and you got your sisterhood and they're helping you reel it back in, reaffirm.
Yes.
You know, you a sisterhood is so important.
Mhm.
Being confident in yourself is so important, but it never hurts to have that sisterhood. It never hurts to have that sisterhood that you can put your head on their shoulder and they're gonna help you reel it back in. They're gonna help you
Mhm.
reaffirm it. Um, we all need it. So let's see. Destiny says I met my true self in the end of 2017. Seriously, I had to die to I had to die to live again. So my true self could show up and live who I was created to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then that makes me think how it's important how we it is for us to teach this to our kids to love who they is, because
Right.
kids can be real cruel. They can be real cruel, but we got to teach them to be confident in who they are and let them know
Absolutely.
that they're fearfully and wonderfully made, so they'll be able to deal with this stuff when they're in school. Because
Mm-hmm.
kids I mean, they're innocent, and they can say some real mean stuff, and probably not realize how mean it is. Because some of that stuff,
Right.
some of the stuff I was dealing with late sisters was way back from childhood. I mean, I dealt with it, and it took me literally like 5 years ago to kind of get over it and find out that I'm a masterpiece. I'm a daughter of the king.
Amen.
He loved me perfectly broken, me with all my flaws, and I had to accept me that way too.
Yes, yes. That's so true. That's so true. Loving yourself, that is so, I mean, even the word says, love God, love yourself so that you can love others. It's hard to give away something that you don't have.
Hmm.
It's hard. I mean, if you're not filled with self-love, you'll find yourself, acting in a way that's contrary to what you actually believe in, or actually what you want to see happen. So that's why it's so important to know what true love is and give that to yourself.
And there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. It's
Nothing.
'cause sometimes we get in that mode that it's wrong to love yourself. You can love yourself, but in a loving way, not in a conceited way, a arrogant way, but loving who you were created, how you were designed, loving that individual. I mean, I had some issues, y'all. I had some issues, and it took only the
Me
man
too.
above to take the scales off my eyes. Because while
Yeah.
I was trying to please these people and being miserable with all these different facades I was putting on, um, they were living their life. They were going
Hmm.
through their life, but I was lost. But I'm
Hmm.
found now, y'all.
Amen. That's
Found
right.
now.
That's right.
Let's see,
Right.
Debbie.
And the
Jasmine
other
saying,
thing,
Yes, Ivory, that sisterhood is a real serious thing. I am blessed to be a part of Sister Empowerment Chat, Sisterhood
yes,
community. Yes, we love you, little
yes,
sis.
it definitely is a real thing because not, we may come across a sister who's struggling and sometimes, and we don't know what. So that's why we want to create like this safe place for you to come and, maybe email us, inbox us if you don't have someone that you can fully trust because undealt with, self-esteem issues, not loving yourself, those can really put you in a down spiral where you fall into depression and anxiety and you don't really live a fulfilled, joyful life. Sometimes it's just hard to open up to those closest to you. And honestly, I love my family. Absolutely love them. But honestly, like Jasmine is saying, it really took a sisterhood for me to open up more so than my actual family.
Yeah, and
So
Destiny
we
is
want to
saying,
be there, to catch anybody who may be spiraling down and feel like nobody around you understands you.
you can't love others until you first learn to love yourself. Nothing wrong to love yourself as long as you are not loving yourself selfishly and making it all about you, about yourself. Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
Um, Y'all, this can go a little deeper. We just want to get on here this morning, just talk a little bit about have and ask that question: have you met yourself?
Mhm.
It's something to ponder. Have you met yourself? And I guarantee you, if you haven't, and you pray and ask the man above, the Most High, to reveal yourself to you, He will do that for you. It's
Right.
when you take off all them different faces that you put on, then you get to see the beautiful masterpiece that you are.
That's right. And remember the practical things that you can do, like we talked about, self affirmations, practicing your faith, and oh, I just lost my thought. Setting boundaries. Sometimes you want to say no, but you say yes. So don't fall into people pleasing or trying to approve others when it's going to hurt you. So get in the habit or learn how to set boundaries. If it's really going to set you back or not be effective for you, you can kindly and gently say, I would love to, but no, I can't. So, yeah, your affirmations, and setting boundaries and practicing your faith. Practice knowing what God has said about you. And practice knowing who you are. So those are practical things that you can do to help if you feel like you don't know yourself very well, if you feel shrunken or feel like your confidence is taking a tank more than you want it to.
Destiny is saying, tell us your thoughts about building a trust bond to braid or build
Mhm.
a strong sisterhood community. There must be trust. It's definitely got to be trust in order to build that bond. I mean, this got to be somebody that you trust your life with. This somebody. It. I mean, without trust, you can't build a strong sisterhood. You got to be comfortable and confident in your sisters in order to build a strong community.
That's right. And the other
That's
thing is,
another
I feel like,
topic. I'm sorry. That's another topic that we're going to be talking about too. But
mhm,
she had brought up the question.
mhm.
Go ahead.
My thoughts on that is you, by sharing your personal story, your personal struggles, you become relatable because Ivory and I are not the only one who have dealt with self-esteem or confidence issues. There's a lot of women out there who are just quiet and or just don't know how to rise up above those thoughts. So I feel like as sisters who have come through sharing our stories, I feel like that makes you relatable and showing that, you know, we've been there. So of course, so we're able to help someone get through the same struggle that we have made it through. And sometimes still it happens, but having a community that can relate and wants to help you, first of all, who cares. So I think my thoughts on that is just being relatable, trustworthy, and just creating like what we're doing is having I mean, my thoughts, a safe place to share.
Destiny is saying that people pleasing was her biggest downfall for years too, but she said she delivered from that enemy trap.
Right?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So, well, I don't have anything else to add. Do you,
Yeah.
Marissa?
No, that's pretty much my thoughts for this morning. So definitely this is a topic that we can definitely continue.
Yes. And
Yeah.
thank you for all who have joined us. We're going
Thank
to
you.
end this broadcast. Thank you for chatting and listen to the sisters chat.
Yes.
So we're
All right,
in.
beautiful queens. We will see you next time.
Marissa said, Jasmine said something. Hold on, y'all. Going on with my computer. I can't see her chat. Okay. Jasmine says, at
Yeah.
Marissa and Ira, this is a great and a very needful discussion. I am feeling blessed and so connected to this unity. I appreciate you both and Dr. Destiny for all you do. Oh, little sis,
Oh, thank you,
we
Jasmine.
love you.
So beautiful. Yes. I'm so proud of you.
Yes. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna get ready to end it.
Okay, ladies.
That's,
So
I
everybody
like
have
to
a
end.
super Saturday.
I like to end with you're blessed. Be blessed and be a blessing, and always be in blessed mode. Ivory
That's right.
Marissa
I
is
love
out.
that. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.